You may be seated. Well, on behalf of Rummy and Julie, we welcome here to this amazing location. They've done months and months and months of planning to make sure that you know that you're going to have an absolutely amazing time here today. And they wanted me to communicate to you just a few things. One, they scattered the world for the possible guest list, but there was only one guest list, and you made the cut, and so you're here for an amazing night. And that guest list really included people who were very special to them. It just, no political appointments here, right? Right. Okay. So they want you to know that you're really special, and that you're here to really have an attitude of celebration, not a stuffy occasion here tonight. Don't you even think you're coming here for a stuffy thing, because it's not going to happen. So you're going to be in the really attitude of celebration, have a great party, because as long as we can remember, weddings were about having a great time. And so now that you know that, I'd like to ask you a question. How many of you are really happy that Rummy and Julie are getting married? All right, well, we're in this beautiful setting to celebrate your marriage as husband and wife, and Rummy and Julie, you're doing something very rare in this day and age, and I know you've been waiting for this, and that is you're making a commitment to get married. And I just have a little saying as we begin. It's one thing to believe in marriage, but it's a whole other thing to commit yourself to marriage, and I'll give you just a brief illustration. It's one thing to believe in hang gliding, to walk up to the top of the mountain and watch other hang gliders float in the air. And you can even have an instructor share that there's a sturdiness to that glider and explain to you the physics of how it actually all works. However, it is a whole other thing to actually strap yourself into the glider and to stand at the edge of that mountain and make the commitment to step off and take the plunge, so to speak. So today, Rummy and Julie, you're strapping yourself in. Today, you're about ready to stand on the edge, and in just a few minutes, you're going to take a step off. You're going to take the plunge. And you'll be making the leap from belief to commitment. And I know it's all of our prayers that you'll learn to know whatever it means for the rest of your life. Now, it's always a special day to give away a bride, and I'd like to ask Mom Sandy to go ahead and be part of this with us, as both of you have had an amazing, profound effect on this young woman's life. Sandy, she says she loves you with all of her heart for the way that you raised her, and I also know, Tim, you were very, very proud today. As a man, I see you looking, and I talked to you in the back there, and a really honorable occasion this is for you, for both of you, to be giving away such a beautiful woman, your daughter. And you know, when she's little, right? And you think about one day who she's going to marry, even when she's 4 or 5 or 6. And you hope that one day she'll actually find somebody, and that he'll be a man of integrity, he'll be a man of honor, he'll be a man who loves family, who sacrifices for his wife. But I say, he would even say these words: I would die for my family. You know what? I think we found that man. So with that, I'd like to ask both of you, who is giving this beautiful bride away this afternoon? Thank you. Well, there's always a great love story where there's a story in a wedding. And this had a very auspicious beginning. And it happened where all great love stories begin. And that was at a Snoop Dogg concert. I 10 at the other table, and we kind of got to asking the question, who the single girls are at the party. And he kind of noticed her and knew she was beautiful just by looking at her. And actually saw her during the concert, saw her dancing in the crowd, but kind of lost her, right? Couldn't find her. But at that night at the sushi bar, it didn't quite really happen, right? And you didn't really, connect very well, and maybe that was it. You saw her at the concert, lost your chance at the sushi bar, and there's just no way you're going to be able to find this woman again. But you went to another bar. There's a pattern here. No. And it just so happened at the Saddle Bar, there she was. There she was. And Rummy, you were about to strike, right? Did you enjoy the concert? Give me your number. And Rummy told her a really kind of cool thing to get her number. He says, you know what, I'm going to send you a picture from that concert. And that's how he actually got her number. So guys, if you're single, remember, I'm going to send you a picture. Your number's there. But you were dazzled by her outgoing personality. And that night, mission was accomplished. And the next day, you had much to do. You had quite to do on your to-do list, but all you could think about that whole day was this beautiful woman from that Snoop Dogg concert. Now you have a cell phone, and the area code was from Georgia. And so Rummy, you did a little research, and you decided to send her a text. And her area code was from Georgia, and the text had one of the worst lines in history. It said, "Hey, Peaches." How's your day going? Oh boy. Where exactly are you from? Julie's response, I'm totally busy and can't talk right now. Shot down. Crushed. Given the heave-ho. How many of you would have retexted her? But he did. He did. And that night he texted her, and you replied in kindness. You really were busy that day. And the cool thing was, you ended up talking on the phone. And you said to Dean, we talked until we fell asleep, just like high schoolers. And you've had some great memories along your journey. And I know both of you have waited an amazingly long time in your own minds for this journey to happen, but you've made the most of your memories. Your trip to Palm Desert for Valentine's Day, and that was your first trip together. You said we swam in the pool all day long, and we just got amazing massages. What a great day. And your first date was on Wednesday, January 15th, when Rummy took Julie to the San Diego State basketball game, and you sat in the front row to smell that sweet sweat and excitement in the air. And at halftime, you went to get some food, and that's where you had your first kiss. Yeah. In Cabo San Lucas, Julie's first time in Mexico, and your first time swimming in the ocean together. And you went on a boat together that day, and you saw the most gorgeous sunset right at the tip of the Pacific Ocean. And then your first Valentine's Day together this past February, you took a road trip to Palm Desert, like we talked about. And you just said, as I got to just remember these things, that you treated me like a queen, she said. And like I had never, ever been treated like a man before. And then you went to Thailand together. And you spent a week on a magical island, and you said that was the best trip we could have ever took. And you rode elephants, visited Buddhist temples, watched kickboxing fights, laid on white beaches and sands, rode on mopeds like the locals do, and then you went to a beautiful waterfall. And then there was proposal day on Easter, April 20th, and you planned to go to Laguna Beach, where Rummy grew up, and actually your special place to you, because that's where your uncle's ashes are spread there. And so you arrived at the beach and spent the day, and Rummy asked you if you'd like to go for a walk to the rocks near the water. And you were kind of holding your arms around her, and you were in front of him, Julie, and and he was saying sweet things to you, he said this question, Julie, do you really think that you could spend forever with me? And she said, yeah, of course I do. And then you spun her around, and you got down on one knee, and you said these words, well, if that's true, will you make me the happiest man alive and do me the honor of marrying you? And then, Rummy, you got to hear the words your mom has always wanted to say, finally, he's getting married. I asked each of you to share with me personally what it will mean for you to be married to one another. Rummy, these were your words to your bride. Dean, it means that all my problems and stresses will disappear every time I see her beautiful smile, which resembles the most glorious sunset in this universe, and gorgeous blue eyes that remind me of the depths of the Pacific Ocean. It will mean that I will be with the most thoughtful, kind, humorous, magical, selfless, and loving person walking on the face of this earth. It will mean that I finally have met my twin flame, because all the stars and moons had to be perfectly aligned for our souls to collide and ignite our eternal fire. Rummy, you've said, Dean, I know this was no accident, that God had put us together. Julie, these were your words. In Rummy, I have found the first time what I can truly love, Rummy, and that is, I have found you. You are my sympathy, my better self, my good angel. I am so bound to you with such a strong attachment. I think you are good, you are gifted, you are lovely, and a fervent, solid passion has been conceived in my heart. It leans to you. It draws you to the center of my life, and it springs my life, and it wraps my existence around you in this pure, kindling flame, and it bonds me and fuses me to you forever. And now I'd like to call up a very special person in the wedding, Julie's brother Dave. I'd like to ask you to come up and you have a reading.
I had to pick up the guy I was crying earlier. Big, This is a quote by Edmund O'Neill called, "Marriage joins two people in the circle of its love." Marriage is a commitment to life, the best that two people can find and bring out in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing and growth that no other relationship can equal. It's a physical and emotional joining that is promised for a lifetime. Within the circle of its love, marriage encompasses all of life's most important relationships. A wife and a husband are each other's best friend, confidant, lover, teacher, listener, and critic. And there may come times when one partner is heartbroken or ailing, and the love of the other may resemble the tender caring of a parent for a child. Marriage deepens and enriches every facet of life. Happiness is fuller, memories are fresher, commitment is stronger, even anger is felt more strongly and passes away more quickly. Marriage understands and forgives the mistakes life is unable to avoid. It encourages and nurtures new life, new experiences, and new ways of expressing a love that is deeper than life itself. When two people pledge their love and care for each other in marriage, they create a spirit unique unto themselves, which binds them closer than any spoken or written words. Marriage is a promise, a potential made in the hearts of two people who love each other and takes a lifetime to fulfill.
Well, before we recite your wedding vows here today, I just have three brief pieces of advice for you as you head along your journey as husband and wife. They're just three, but I believe if you can hold these three as a discipline for the rest of your lives, you will have a marriage that'll last a lifetime. First, I hope you'll always love and respect one another. Love and respect. And where does respect play out the most? It's very simple. It's in the things that you say. It's so important to remember we have 100% control of what comes out of our mouth. So stop when you get angry and choose your words carefully. Use words that will encourage instead of discourage. Words can either bring healing or, they can bring hurt. So always bring words that bring healing. And love, that's simply the golden rule. To treat one another the way you want to be treated. To live a life that is selfless and sacrificial to one another. Basically, it's saying, love is, you are more important than me. I hope you always love and respect one another. Second, I want you to remember this moment. Remember this very day you're standing here right now. Regarding the vows you will be making. Don't you ever give up. Don't you ever surrender. Today is quite easy to start an amazing journey together. What a great day, what a great night. What an amazing time you have set together for all of us. But you can be sure that the storms of life will blow upon your home, because not one of us in this entire crowd is immune to the storms and stresses that come upon a home. And those stresses can often tear you apart. But I hope when that happens that you will stand strong. Stand strong and say, we will not allow this to come between the wedding vows we made on that day in 2014. One writer said these words, sometimes courage is not a lion. Sometimes courage is just that little voice at the beginning of the day that says, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. Don't you ever surrender. Don't you ever give up. And last, I know you're going to do this because you already have. It's amazing. I had to cut your memory list in half when I wrote this, but I was in the presence of one of the world's great philosophers. He was 80 years old, and he was the most humble man and the smartest man I'd ever met, and I had a chance to speak with him very briefly. He passed away a few years ago. And then he got to speak in front of a very large throng of people, and someone held up their hand and they asked this very question, and I'll never forget it. The question was, what do you think it takes to live a more happy and fulfilling life? And I will tell you, you could hear a pin drop at that very moment. And then he stopped, and then he paused, and the room went silent. And then he said, you must ruthlessly eliminate the need to hurry in your life. From Julie, I always hope you'll be a couple who will stop to smell the roses and enjoy the simple pleasures of your life. I have news for you, and many of you will attest to this. The years go by pretty quickly, don't they? And you'll have memory after memory that one day I hope you'll be sitting on the couch. I married a couple last year who was 85 years old. And I know that they have so many memories, but now they want to be able to share together. I hope you'll be a couple who will take the time to make memories. And they say that discipline creates your destiny. And I believe that you can be committed to these three disciplines, loving and respecting one another. Don't you ever give up or surrender. And make the commitment to make memories that when all is said and done, and you come to the end of your life, it will truly have been till death do us part. And now we're going to get to the good part. We're going to get to your wedding vows here, so I'm going to turn this out towards you. Are you ready? All right. I, Rummy.
I, Rummy.
Take you, Julie.
Take you, Julie.
To be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
Today is my honor.
Today is my honor.
To become your husband.
Become your husband.
I vow to love and cherish you.
I vow to love and cherish you.
For all the days of my life.
For all the days of my life.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or for poor.
Richer or for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love you and you only.
To love you, no, you only.
To death do us part.
To death do us part.
Before our family and friends.
Before our family and friends.
I pledge to you.
I pledge to you.
To be the best husband
Be the
I can
best husband I can be.
And I commit myself
And
to
I
you.
commit myself to you.
As long as we both shall.
As long as we both shall live. It's going to be a really long time.
I, Julie,
I, Julie,
take you, Rummy,
take you, Rummy,
to be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband.
Today is my honor
Today is my honor
to become your wife.
to become your wife.
I vow to love and cherish you
I vow to love and cherish you
for all the days of my life,
for all the days of my life,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poor,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love you and you only.
to love you and you, to love you and you only.
Allergies of death.
To the best of my heart.
It's hard. It's so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Keep that one in your back pocket. Before our family and friends,
For our family and friends,
I pledge to you
I pledge to you
to be the best wife I can be,
to be the best wife I can be,
and I commit myself to you
and I commit myself to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Now I'd like to ask a heart to soul friend Kaylee to come on up, and she has a brief reading for us here this evening.
Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it is not rude. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails.
You have rings you'd like to exchange as a symbol of your love towards one another today. Julie, will you receive this ring as a token of Rummy's affection, sincerity, and faithfulness? And will you wear a symbol of your own affection, sincerity, and faithfulness towards him? If so, say, I will.
I will.
And Rummy, will you place the ring on Julie's wedding finger and repeat after me? This ring I give to you
This ring I give to you
as a token of my love
is a token of my love
and devotion to you.
and devotion to you.
I pledge to you all that I am
I pledge to you all that I am
and all that I will ever be
and all that I ever be
as your loving
as
husband.
your loving husband.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I pledge my life to you
I
in
pledge my
marriage,
life to you in marriage.
and I commit my life to
And I
you
commit my life to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Rummy, will you receive this ring as a token of Julie's affection, sincerity, and faithfulness?
I will.
Will you wear a symbol of your own affection, sincerity, and faithfulness to the court service? So say I will
I
again.
will absolutely.
Julie, will you place the ring on Rummy's wedding finger and repeat after me? This ring I give to you
This ring I give to you
as a token of my love
as a token of my love
and devotion to you.
and devotion to you.
I pledge to you all that I am
I pledge to you all that I am
and all that I will ever be
and all that I will ever be
as your loving wife.
as your loving wife.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I pledge my life to you in marriage,
I pledge my life to you in marriage,
and I commit my life to you
and I commit my life to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Well, I know for both of you, I'm not sure if both of you ever thought this day would happen. I know when we spoke on that day, Julie, when I asked you, you thought, there is not a man in this world who I haven't seen or thought about dating, or there's no way a man ever exists who I would want to marry, just not out there, until I met this guy, Rummy. And Rummy, we 40, 40. You look good. But you waited a long time. And good things always come to those who wait. And waiting is the road less traveled. I want you to know that. And you will find great benefit by the fact you matured as a man to see this day through our good. And with that, it is my absolute honor to pronounce you husband and wife. Rummy, you may kiss. It is my absolute honor to introduce to you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Rummy and Julie Yoder.